Hey guys, Alex from 7th Hour Films back again with Demon Slayer. Last time on Demon Slayer we had Sabito and Makomo, where basically Tanjiro was going through his training, but he sucked, and the old man, Urokodaki, was like, yep, I taught you everything and you're not getting it. And then this other dude showed up, his name is Sabito, he kicked the crap out of Tanjiro, and he was like, yeah, you suck, why aren't you doing this right? And then a cute girl named Makomo showed up and was like, yo, do it right. And finally Tanjiro was like, oh, I need to do it right? Okay, I get you now. So, yeah, and then he did it, and he was able to cut the boulder in twain. So, yeah, he is now ready for the final selection. So, yeah. Yeah, that's basically it. So, like always, the reaction is down in the description and in the pinned comment for your viewing pleasure. So let's go ahead and jump right into this episode of Demon Slayer. Here we go. Oh, man. They've been dead for 30 years. Oh, man. Well, then. Okay, so that's an interesting thing. That's an interesting thing, that Sabito and Makomo are dead, and their spirits came back to teach Tanjiro. That's interesting. So that's why Tanjiro would be different now. He had that extra help, not just Urokodaki. Not that Urokodaki did anything wrong. It's just Tanjiro wasn't listening, you know? Oh, man, oh, man. That's an interesting thing. That is an interesting thing. That they've both been dead, you know? They've both been dead this whole time. And it's funny because, you know, as I was watching this, I was like, man, this is getting, like, really dark. I don't know why, I just forget, apparently, that it's like, oh yeah, this show started with, like, his entire family being slaughtered by a demon, you know? So it's like, yeah, suddenly it's dark now, I don't know. But this, I mean, this definitely gave me some Attack on Titan flashbacks of, you know, it's like, oh yeah, we got through the training and now we're going to go fight our first Titans, and then just, I mean, as predictably as you can expect, nope. I don't even think that's a spoiler. I think you can infer that if you watch Attack on Titan. Anyway. But yeah, it definitely gives me vibes of that, but with the extra twist that we didn't realize that the two of them were already dead, you know? So yeah. So that's an interesting thing. I will also say that does make it all the more interesting that Giyu sends Tanjiro to Urokodaki in the first place, you know? Which I can only assume... Well, no, I guess not. I don't know. Was Giyu trained by Urokodaki? Because he doesn't wear a mask. He doesn't have a mask like Sabito, Makomo, and then Tanjiro did, you know? And that seemed to be a hallmark of Urokodaki's students. It's like, you know, it's like the gi in Dragon Ball, you know, Goku and Krillin, they both have the, you know, the turtle hermit gi. That's their classic stuff, you know? But yeah, it just didn't seem like that, but I don't know. Was Giyu trained by him? Maybe he was one of the ones who could. But if that's the case that he was, you would think he would have been able to stop this big guy, you know? I wish he had a name. I'm just gonna keep calling him the big guy, you know? The big demon. So, but yeah, it seemed like he wasn't, you know? But then again, you know, we don't know how many others, you know, like... We don't know how many other schools the other students are from. So if 13 kids were Urokodaki's, that still leaves a lot of the rest of them, because he's eaten about 50 kids in the final selection, you know? So, I don't know. I don't know, but it's interesting. It's interesting, definitely. But yeah, but he passed, and it definitely makes sense why. Uro Kodaki going when he said basically like I wasn't going to let you go to the final selection. I never wanted you to do that, and yeah, it was because he's tired of losing children. At first, I thought it was just to demon slaying in general, but it was specifically to that demon. Tanjiro was the first of his students to ever kill that demon. So. And again, it's like you almost wonder, like, okay, when was the last time he did train somebody? When was the last time that he trained somebody? Because you would think that he just wouldn't train Tanjiro for it, It also makes me wonder. It makes me wonder, because, well, I guess both of them, Sabito and Makomo, they both had to have sliced their own boulders, So it's interesting when Sabito says, I don't know if he'll be able to win, but he did slice through a boulder, one of the strongest things, and he sliced right through it, But presumably they would have had to too. They would have had to have done that too, and yet they both died to that thing, I don't know. But yeah, very interesting. And again, there's definitely, I mean, I'm sure this came out first, but I mean, this is giving me some vibes of The Witcher as well. Specifically, what was the movie called? Nightmare of the Wolf, the one with Vesemir. It definitely gave me vibes of that, of just, the trial, where it's like you're just sent for 7 days, they said. You're sent out for 7 days in this trial. And, yeah, the goal is to just survive, Now, the interesting thing about that goal is that, Tanjiro is excelling, and he was able to, defeat this crazy, powerful demon. So he's all fine and good. He's passing with flying colors now. Find it interesting, though, that with the goal of survive, that means that other guy that was there who just completely abandoned Tanjiro, that means, I mean, presumably if he survives the rest of the time, then he'll become a demon slayer too. But he also sucks, and he ran away from a demon, Now, I don't blame him. But I think it would have been interesting if they had, teamed up for it, but it was a good moment for Tanjiro. But yeah, it just makes me, it basically just means I think less of that guy that ran, So yeah. I really enjoy all the attack names, and the distinction of, I mean, just the fact that there are attacks, I really do enjoy that, where it's like, oh, because it's, oh god, excuse me, I'm so sorry. Because it's, because he was trained by Uro Kodaki, it's interesting to see that he has these specific water breathing techniques, Now, we do see in the intro, we see a bit, I think there's one character who has, lightning, I swear there's one character, with fire or something. So it's kind of interesting to see that, and just the specific one that Tanjiro has, which is the water breathing forms. So I'll be curious to see if there are more of those. We didn't get to see a lot of Gyu doing that because, well, it's not like he was in a crazy, difficult fight or anything. But yeah. But I love that, and I just love whenever they shout attack names in anime. It's just fun, It's just fun to see that, so yeah. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Good stuff, definitely good stuff, and I'm curious to see where we are going next time. But that is basically it. With all that being said, I'm Alex from 7th Hour Films, and I will see you guys next time. Take care. Alright guys, thanks for watching this video. There's a bunch of links on screen if you want to go click around any of those. There's a playlist for all of my Demon Slayer reactions, as well as another video you can go click on if you want. There's also a subscribe button and a Patreon button on screen, as well as other links in the description if you want to go check out any of those. See you guys later.